I've got nothing. I literally have nothing.
Want to squander all of America's strength, blood, and treasure, chasing monsters and phantoms overseas. In addition, there must also be a complete commitment to dismantling the entire globalist neocon establishment that is perpetually dragging us into endless wars, pretending to fight for freedom and democracy abroad. We should have never gone into the Middle East. We should have never gone into the Middle East. Under my leadership, we will turn the page forever on those foolish, stupid days of never-ending wars. We're rebuilding our military stronger than ever before, and we are not going to deplete it again on stupid, senseless, endless wars. World War III has never been closer than it is right now. We need to clean house of all of the warmongers and America last globalists and the deep state. I am the president who delivers peace. I was the first president in decades who didn't start a war. But the Muslim and Arab voters in Michigan and across the country want a stop to the endless wars and a return to peace in the Middle East. That's all they want. And the worst, most incompetent, most corrupt president in history is going to drag us into World War III. I'll keep you out of World War III. What would happen if we had a war? We won't, with me, but you will have World War III, I believe, without me, but we won't have. I will be sure that World War III will not happen. I'm the only one can say it won't happen. But I stand here today, and I'm the only candidate who can make this promise. I will prevent, and very easily, World War III, very easily.
He lied to you. I don't know how many more times we can say it. Impeach, convict, and remove.
Stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home far across the river.
George Conway. Much as I would not care to predict the consequences of this war, I do think we can summarize it thusly so far. A smart and evil man, Netanyahu, manipulated a stupid and evil man, Trump, into a war against a fanatical and evil regime. It'd be one thing if we got into this conflict, it would be bad enough, but we are in this now, ran by a guy that does not know what he is doing. We are ran by somebody that has terrible judgment and is surrounded by people that have even worse judgment. But the last handful of days have put a lot of this stuff in perspective, and it is ball-retractingly terrifying. And the four horsemen of the apocalypse came out for the press conference. It was an eerie, uncomfortable look. Rubio has basically lost his soul. But then it hit me. This article from Reuters popped up last night. A person in Washington familiar with the matter said Israel has communicated to the U.S. administration that it believes Trump's window of 2 weeks is too long and that more urgent action is needed. The person did not say whether the Israelis made that point during the high-level call. During the call, Vice President J.D. Vance pushed back, saying the United States shouldn't be directly involved in suggesting that the Israelis were going to drag the country into war, said the sources. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth also participated in this call, said a security source. Reuters could not determine who else took part in that call. To me, this is where it gets interesting. Many at times during this call, Vance looked distraught and pissed, and this is where I start to get uncomfortable. Recently, the Army sworn in 4 top executives from various media platforms: OpenAI, Meta, and Palantir. Aside from the simple fact that, yep, you guys can just join, don't have to go through training or nothing. But who is the head of Palantir? Peter Thiel. Who is Peter Thiel buddy with? Just as a side, I hate that fucking hat so fucking much. So the fact that there is a split among MAGAs, there were people in Congress who were not briefed. This is what I think is going to happen. Reckless speculation, but just bear with me. If and when the U.S. gets retaliated on with the bases overseas, before it gets to a point where Iran and whoever else decides to attack on our soil, they're going to 25th Amendment Donnie. J.D. Vance will be in. And now we have the full tech coup completed. The Heritage Foundation is at the cusp of getting what they want. We are in the age of the broligarchs. Now this is where I need the Joe Rogans, the Theo Vons of the world to come out and say, I made a mistake in supporting this man, giving the time of day to J.D. Vance, rationalizing any of these people. We all said that this was going to happen, and we got TDS, you just don't like him, blah, blah, blah. His past record says otherwise. And the worst part about all of this is the attack that we did do did absolutely nothing. We essentially threw little rock pebbles into a beehive. And there are too many people that are excited about this. In the surrounding area where I live, people were setting off fireworks. What the fuck are we celebrating? And by the way, I do not, in any way, shape, or form, want to fucking hear that this is a distraction. I don't know what is going to happen next. I don't know where we go from here. But this was dumb and unnecessary. Good luck, everybody.